Good morning, children. I am Sister Phoebe, and I'll be the one to tell you the continuation of our story last Saturday. Are you ready to listen? I know you're ready to listen. So, before we go on to our story, we will first recall what we have learned last Saturday. So, last Saturday, we have learned that Samuel was given to God even before he was born. So, kato wala pa siya natawo kay gihatag na siya sa Ginoo sa iyahang mama. Dayon, kato ni dako na siya until he reached his old age, he still served God faithfully and followed his ways. So, katong pag edad niya, pagkatigulang na ni Samuel kay iyahang tudluan niyang mga anak na para mahimo silang judge sa Israel. Pero, iyang mga anak, they took money unrighteously from the people. And, unsa pa, they did many unrighteous things. So, buto, dili ganahan ang children of Israel. Mo nang dili sila gusto na ang iyang mga anak mo mag-judge sa ila. So, instead, they asked Samuel to appoint a king just like the other nation to rule over them. So, si Samuel, pagkadungog niya ani kay nasubo siya. He was deeply distressed. Kaya nga naman, because ang Ginoo man dapat ang ilang king. Pero ilang gi-reject ang Ginoo as their king. And they asked Samuel to appoint a king for them. Pero, ang Ginoo, gignan niya si Samuel na paminaw sa children of Israel. Maminaw daw siya sa request sa iyang mga katawhan. So, si Samuel, nag-follow siya sa giingon sa Ginoo. Iyahang gi-obey what God has told him, that is to appoint a king for the children of Israel. So, after ato, kay mauna din to ang atong story, continuation sa atong story karon. So, karon ang ang story is entitled, God Called David, a Man According to God's Heart. God chose David to be the king. So, before si David nahimong king, kay napay una na king na appoint. Sa Benjamin ay pangalan nga Kish. Si Kish, kita ito si Kish. Si Kish, kay na siya anak na si Saul. So, katong yung anak na si Saul, mo ito gipili sa Ginoo as king. Siya kay gwapo siya sa compare sa ubang mga men, no, sa children of Israel, and he is even taller among the people. So outwardly he is really pleasant. So Saul was initially a good king. However, because of his self-seeking and disobedience, his right was not good before the Lord. So God rejected him to be the king. So, ang first king na si Saul kay reject sa Ginoo. And he asked Samuel to appoint a king from Jesse's son na taga Bethlehem. So, si Jesse kay Bethlehemite. Katong pagka-dungog ni Samuel, he was scared because Saul might kill him. Basig patyon siya ni Saul. So, ang giingon sa Ginoo na mato siya dito para mag-offer og sacrifice unto Jehovah. So, na siya at dito kay nakulbaan ang mga elders sa Bethlehem kay ngano ni adto si Samuel, no? Pero si Samuel na dili sila mahadlo kay naa siya dito, he come peaceably kay para mag-offer og sacrifice unto Jehovah. And gias ang elders ug mga anak ni Jesse ug si Jesse na i-sanctify ilahang selves. So, gi-sanctify nila ilang kaugalingon. Kaya dito na pod gisulti ni Samuel ang iyahang tuyo kay Jesse. So, katong pagkakita niya sa mga anak ni Jesse, nakita niya si Eliab. Sige nga ato? Si Eliab. Eliab. Si Eliab kay he is very good looking po outwardly. Pero ang giingon sa Ginoo kay kani. So ang giingon regard his appearance and the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For it is not how man sees that matters. For man looks on the outward appearance, but Jehovah looks on the heart. So this is 1 Samuel 16:7. Jesse called another son and another son, and 7 sons before Samuel. Pero wala dito Japon ang gipili ni Jehovah. So nawatanda pa si Samuel kay Jesse kung napa ba daw siya anak. So napay anak si Jesse kinamanghuran niya, and his name is David. So wala to si David. Iyang gitawag si David. And when he look at David, David was ruddy, having a healthy and red complexion, and that had beautiful eyes and a handsome appearance. And then Jehovah said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Samuel obeyed and anointed David in the midst of his brothers, and the Spirit of Jehovah came upon David from that day forward. Contrary to what man had thought, God had chosen the youngest son, the shepherd, to be the next king. So, contrary to sa panalantaw sa tao, kay kasagara kita, we look on the outward, but again, God looks on the heart. So, that's it for my story, King after Saul. So, the first king was Saul, then was rejected by God, and followed by David, who was then chosen to be the next king. So for today, I have the questions, and these are the questions. So the first question is, who is the father of Saul? Letter A, is it David? B, is it Jesse? Letter C, is it Kish? And letter D, is it Samuel? That's for question number 1. Question number 2. Who was the first king appointed by Samuel after the children of Israel rejected the sons of Samuel to be their judge? Who was the first king? Letter A, is it David? Letter B, is it Samuel? Letter C, is it Kish? Letter D, is it Saul? Question number 3. What did Samuel use to anoint David? Letter A, alabaster flask. Letter B, horn. Letter C, jar. Letter D, cup. Question number 4. Who is the next king appointed by Samuel? Letter A, Saul. Letter B, Kish. Letter C, Eliab. Letter D, David. And last question. Who is the father of David? Is it Kish? Letter A, Kish. B, Saul. C, Jesse. D, Samuel. So that's it for my questions. Thank you for listening, children.